Right, this question here is going to test your understanding. So not only are you going to have to be able to get this right, you also need to be able to communicate why you've got it right and how you understand it. So it's basically it's a formula for t. You've got an n in there where n has to be a whole number, positive integer, and you know that the value of t is greater than 1 because this person's telling you that, because they're saying n minus 6 squared is always going to be greater than 0. And we have to comment on this person's statement, Kim. So basically, she's saying that the n plus minus 6 squared has to be greater than 0. Is there anything you can think of which would not work where it actually is less than 0? So when you square this, can you think of a way to disprove her by making it less than 0? Well, let's just try some random numbers. Try minus 5, for example. So if you made this minus 5, by this being a 1, because if n was 1, 1 minus 6 would equal minus 5, and then if you squared minus 5, that gives you, oh, it's positive 25, so that one didn't give us a negative answer. I'm guessing when we square any positive number, it's going to give us a positive number. So for example, if this was a 10, 10 take away 6 gives you 4, 4 squared is 16, so that's always going to give you a positive number as well. And remember, to disprove this lady, Kim, we need to show that that bit could be a negative, but it's not. You can see that it has to be a positive regardless of what you put in place of m. Now, why is she saying that it's got to be greater than 1? Let's have a look what the smallest number we could make here is. So every time you square a number, whatever the number is, it's going to be bigger than 0 because it is. Unless you could make this equal to 0. So you could do 6 take away 6 by substituting in a 6. 6 take away 6 gives you nothing, and when you square nothing, it gives you nothing again. So the smallest thing we could possibly make for this, because we know it's either going to be a positive number or we could make it nothing, will be nothing. Nothing's the smallest number we could make this. Now when you add a 1 to it, that will make it a 1. So the smallest possible number that you can get out of this is a 1. You can't get less than 1 because by adding 1 to something which has to be 0 or bigger, it's always going to be bigger than 1. Then this question says, so we'll stop there.